All the hair on the man's body stood up instantly. When he looked outside the door in a daze, he discovered a stranger in the bedroom, and strangely enough, Jeff remained motionless on the bed. Even when the stranger began to approach, he still remained frozen on the bed. As the stranger's figure drew closer, already at Jeff's side, his heart began to beat uncontrollably. Fortunately, it was all just a dream. Perhaps it was because Jeff was under too much stress. But strange things continued to happen. The next day, Jeff met his neighbor as usual. He was just complaining about how weird last night's dream was, but then learned from the neighbor that a girl once lived in this villa, and after a few months, she developed a type of paranoia. Every day she would rave about someone being in the house, until her parents went to find her. They discovered she had died from a heart attack. Upon hearing this, Jeff felt immediately uneasy. He went home and immediately bought several security cameras online. If there really was a stranger in this villa, they surely couldn't escape the camera's watchful eyes. But was it really that simple? Jeff installed cameras in every possible location. He sat in the living room waiting for the so-called stranger, but after half an hour, Jeff was nearly falling asleep from waiting, until he was awakened by loud knocking. When he went to the door, he found a man in black clothes knocking and asking for help, claiming he was being chased, begging Jeff to quickly open the door and help him. But Jeff didn't dare open the door. Just after he refused, another man appeared at another door. Jeff could only explain he couldn't open the door. Seconds later, a bizarre scene unfolded. There were now more than 2 people outside the glass windows. Both sides were packed with crowds of people. Did these people have some special purpose? Jeff frantically tried to drive them away, but these people wouldn't listen. Jeff's head ached from the intense knocking. He unconsciously fell asleep on the floor. He didn't wake up until daylight. The house showed no signs of being disturbed. When Jeff checked last night's security footage, he discovered a mysterious stranger had already broken into the house. This created a contradictory situation. Why didn't the stranger ransack the house? Just as Jeff was pondering this, he discovered wet footprints in the living room. This made Jeff even more confused. What was this person's true purpose? Although he couldn't figure it out yet. For safety, he went to a weapon shop, got a weapon from the owner for self-defense, and bought many more security cameras, installing them in every corner of the villa. He even blocked the entrances with steel pipes, thinking he could finally get a peaceful night's sleep. But Jeff suddenly got up in the middle of the night, unconsciously opened the villa's main door, wandered outside in a daze, then casually walked back inside, until he was about to sleep in the bedroom. He was suddenly awakened by footsteps. Jeff cautiously searched with his weapon, but found no sign of the supposed stranger. Instead, he found the cameras had been removed. Just as Jeff bent down to check the cameras, a steel pipe was blown down by the wind. Looking at the door swaying in the wind, Jeff thought the stranger had escaped, so he took his weapon and prepared to search outside. However, he didn't find the stranger, but saw the neighbor who had come to investigate the noise. Jeff hurriedly told his neighbor about the stranger, but when they came in, there was absolutely nothing. The neighbor also had some suspicions. He suspected Jeff was definitely overthinking, and suggested that he should see a psychiatrist. While they were talking, the sound of police cars came from outside. The neighbor had to go out to help Jeff deal with the situation. This scene made Jeff suspicious of his neighbor again.